Hi everyone, in this video, I will turn my stadium house into the ultimate sports center in PKXD. So let's start the speed build. The first thing I did was pick the wallpaper and flooring. Then I worked on making the first part of the sports center, which will be a skate park. I decided to separate the skate park into two different sections. One section is for doing grinds, which are when a skateboard moves across an edge or surface, and the other section is where people can ride and do tricks on some ramps. Then I added some items to make the walls look less empty. Then I started to make a pathway to the second area. I was originally going to use the medium slab as the pathway, but later, I used some rugs from the Valentine's update instead. Anyway, right now, I'm adding some medium cylinders as pillars so the walls have more depth and look better in my opinion. Then I applied a trick I recently discovered. I'll explain it while I add more items. So basically, I feel like my houses look more interesting to look at if I use multiple wallpapers, but the wallpapers have similar colors. I used to only use one wallpaper in each room, but now, I think more wallpapers are better. Anyway, then I added a wall to separate the two areas. I decided to make the wall kind of see-through, so the two areas feel connected, but they aren't at the same time. I mainly did this to make the house look better though lol. I started by laying down some slabs to mark where the wall was, then I placed some pillars for more variety. After placing the pillars, I started to add more slabs across the wall to complete the vision I was thinking. Now I'm doing the same thing to the other side, but this took me so long because I was trying to make each line the same length on each side. Then I started to work on the second area, which will have some soccer or football areas, a basketball hoop, and some seating areas. Anyway, I started by placing some green slabs because I feel like it acts like AstroTurf or grass like in some sports stadiums. Then I started to make the platforms where some tables and chairs will go. I felt like making them elevated so the seating area feels separate, but also part of the rest of the place. Then I made some adjustments to the entrance for the second area and to the second area itself. Then I was originally going to make a baseball area, but then I added more soccer or football goals instead. Now I don't know what else to say aside that I'm working on this area, so feel free to watch and jam to the music for a little bit. Now I'm working on the restroom. I decided to make it simple, but I think it turned out pretty good. Now I decided to make a custom sink area, so feel free to take some inspiration if you want to. After I made the sink area, I finally decided to complete the seating area. Lol. The last things I added were some windows, posters, and more to make the walls even more interesting, and I wanted to have at least some natural lighting. Also, I had to block off one room because I reached the furniture limit. Now since I finished the interior, I'll decorate the exterior now. For the exterior, I decided to use the tree from one of the Lunar New Year events, one of the mailboxes in the game today, and the balloon from one of the Valentine's updates. For the wallpapers, I was originally going for a pink vibe, but then I themed it off the balloon I placed. And that's the exterior complete. Now I'll give y'all a house tour of my stadium house, which has been turned into the ultimate sports center. Here is the view from the outside of my house. I think everything works well together. When you come inside, the first area you'll come across is the skate park. In here, you can practice your skating skills, or you can perform your favorite tricks. If you don't feel like skating, you can come to the second area, where you can play soccer or football, and where you can play basketball. But if you don't feel like playing any sports, then you can chill at the seating area. Lastly, over to the left is the restroom, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. Now before I end the video, feel free to use anything from this video as inspiration for your houses. However, if you're making a video using my designs, then please credit me. Otherwise, don't feel the need to credit me. Lol. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.